Well, guys, Season four's almost season finale was by far probably the most intense episode we've had for the entire season. Now, this is sort of a race against time episode where Oliver is trying to get Thea. He's trying to find her, trying to save her. They do find her in the underground Genesis Dome arc thing that Dark creates, and Thea has actually been drugged by Malcolm. They obviously have to do the whole break the mind control thing, and Anarchy actually sets up a plan to kill Dark's wife, kill his daughter, and then blow up the entire establishment. Yeah. Pretty crazy. We got some more into the backstory of, Oliver's fourth year on the island, where, for the life of me, I can't remember her name at all. It's like it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I mean, names are just so forgettable for me. I mean, it took forever for me to remember Yaseo. Uh, but I think it's kind of interesting that we get to see that the powers can actually be shared with more than one person. Now, I think that the only way to beat Dark is actually to have the entire city behind Oliver or Green Arrow, whichever one you want to pick, and them feeding him all that hope, telling him to move on, that to fight against Dark. I think that that is going to be how they're going to face off with the whole Green Arrow versus Damien Dark. I think that's how it's going to end with the next episode. And it'll be interesting to see either way. Something that I'm kind of afraid of. I repeat, I do not want to be stuck with a cliffhanger. Like, okay, Season 1 of both Flash and Arrow did that while it was in the middle of a catastrophe, and they ended it with a cliffhanger. I really don't want that here because there is still a chance that it could happen. I found it kind of interesting that there's a lot of talk about hope in this episode, as well as from the people inside of the dome. They're not being drugged by the yellow pills. They are there by choice. And I think that's kind of interesting because they see Dark's point of view, that there's no hope in the world, that it's getting worse and worse and worse. And altogether, it's interesting to see that there are people out there who think the same way that Dark does, but don't really want to, kill people or anything like that to sort of, do all this. I know I'm not making any sense right now. I mean, you guys get it, but I'm not explaining it very well. I don't know. It was just interesting to see so many people sharing the same belief as Dark, but not willing to go to the same extents. I can't even speak today. I don't know. It was just interesting the way it all went down, and with Dark's wife dying at the end, and her, making Oliver promise to save her daughter. Yeah, that was pretty good. Then we have the whole stuff with Felicity and her father Noah, and it's just constant back and forth for Felicity. She has to run to the lair. She has to run back to her apartment. She has to deal with her mom. She has to deal with her dad. She has to deal with Curtis. Well, Curtis not so much, but I mean, it sort of happens, I guess. I mean, and we do figure out that Felicity's father didn't really run off. It was actually her mother Donna who ran off, but took Thea with. And she ran off because, criminal. She didn't want him in Felicity's life, so it was understandable. And at the end of the episode, when Dark finds out that his wife is dead, yeah, he straight up has decided to destroy the world. And not like in a way where the world can be rebuilt. I mean, straight up kill everyone. No survivors. Wow. It's like, is it just me, or is this seeming like the perfect point for Arrow and Flash team up? I see a perfect chance. I see it. I see it. But I enjoyed this episode altogether. For this one, like I said, in my opinion, this is kind of probably the best episode of the entire season. Because ever since season 2, I mean, season 2 was unbelievably epic. But ever since season 2 ended, season 3 and season 4 have been kind of in comparison. Because season 1 was incredible. Season 2 was absolutely incredible. Season 3 kind of lost it. And season 4, I don't know, kind of feels like it's given up. I don't know. A show can start off strong and sort of lose its way through further seasons. I mean, it might be even better in season 5 because this was the first season with the Green Arrow. Personally, kind of at that point where I wouldn't mind if Green Arrow actually did kill some of his victims. Or, if they had a stronger villain. I think the villain is what really makes the story. But, I mean, I guess we'll find out. Anyway, altogether for this episode, for the rating, I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was great. And yes, I do realize that I've had the Arrow pop figure here the entire time. I figured, well, why not? Why not? I mean, I review it already. I've had this thing for I don't know, since before the season even started. I figure why not just have it in the video whenever I do these videos. Anyway, that's it for today, you guys. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Share this with as many people as you can. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on Facebook. This is in the description down below. And be sure to ask me questions on Facebook. I'm thinking about setting up an Ask FM. No, I'm not going to do Twitter because I don't really like Twitter. For some unknown reason. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Twitter. I have no actual reason for it. I just don't. I've been Characters Always, people. Have an awesome day. Peace out, and I'll catch you all later.